Hey, good morning, Denise.
Good morning, and welcome back, everyone. I'm
Yes.
Denise Jarrett. I'm here with Betsy Coe. We're here to help you continue your WikiTree journey. Last time, you created some basic profiles. Now it's time to make them shine. Today, we're covering the ins and outs of profile editing. By the end of this episode, you'll understand WikiTree's formatting system and feel confident improving profiles.
Terrific. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to one of my profiles and we'll use that as a model and a place to demonstrate. So here we have Grace R., maiden name Hill, Clement. So if I were to go and edit this profile, where you want to go is this pencil icon. And by clicking on that, it will take you right into edit mode. And I will mention that along with a couple of other things, are on the jump links bar, which is always with you. Wherever you go on the page, you can see this very helpful little menu bar. So we start up at the top with fields for names, dates, and locations. And for the most part, they are self-explanatory. But here's the key. If you are not sure about something, click the little question mark next to the field. So I'm going to do that for middle name. It opens up a new tab for me, and it explains WikiTree's styling and formatting standards. So this is very crucial to the way we do WikiTree. We all need to agree on formatting standards so that we can work together effectively. Here's a good example, and I was just dealing with this the other day. Do you enter a birthplace as it was called then? In other words, the year that the person was born, or as it's called now? And that can be a point of confusion. The correct answer is to enter the location as it was when the person was born or died.
Exactly.
Yep. All right. So I will go wherever you need me here, Denise.
Oh, okay. Well, if you click on Edit Family from your jump bar.
Mm-hmm. Right, which is right here.
Mm-hmm. And in Edit Family, it gives you the ability to add, remove, or change the parents, the siblings, the spouses, and or the children. This is where you build the connections that make what makes WikiTree work. I'm sorry. Notice those status indicators under the parents' names. Think, is the parent non-biological? You know, I just had to make a change for someone about that just earlier this week because they indicated that their father was not their father, their biological father. So you can change that status to non-biological. If you're not certain, you can change it to uncertain. But most of the data fields on WikiTree let you indicate how confident you are about that information.
Denise, I can see, we don't have a good example of that on this profile, but because marriage confidence in the marriage is actually, it doesn't show up. It's if I edited the marriage, then you would see those radio buttons. But if we go to this one here, and I'll go into edit mode, then we can see what you're talking about.
Yep. Right. And you can see the radio buttons to indicate the status. And if you don't indicate those, oftentimes I'm correcting profiles and I find that there is a warning from WikiTree that those status indicators have not been set. So if you know the information, go ahead and set that status to prevent folks from having to change that later or update that later. Also, you'll notice that those sorry, the Holy Grail is DNA, confirmed relationships. They're marked with a special indicator. So don't worry about that yet, unless you're already into genetic genealogy. And I'm sure there's going to be some other programs later on today talking about DNA, so you can get into those then. See those colored dots next to the names? Red means private, green means public, so on and so forth. So those are your privacy settings as well.
And open means open, like the white.
Means open. Yes, if it's white, it's open. And anyone can make changes to those. When they're in that privacy status, you may have to be added or request to be added to the trusted list to make any changes.
Okay, so one of the reasons that I picked this profile, I'm going to go out of edit mode just to show. Anytime you go in to check a profile, and I did this a lot as a beginner, if I saw something that was done that was cool or what I was hoping to accomplish on a profile, I would just go into edit mode and I'd look under the hood and see how they did it. So, and then just make sure you return to profile without saving. Let's see, Denise, you were going to talk about photos, right?
Oh, yes, yes. You don't need to stress about primary photos and background images just now. Just upload an image using the Images tab, and the first one becomes a primary photo automatically. Each image gets its own details page where you can edit the title, who's in it, and add dates and locations. It's worth taking time to do this, and doing it correctly is always important.
Exactly. And I picked Louisa here because she just has one image here, and underneath her profile is a link for details. And this is the page that it would take you to. Mm-hmm. And if I wanted to change any of these, update, perhaps I discovered what date it was really taken, I could use the edit icon to update that. So.
Well, and Anne makes a good note. When dealing with photos, you've got to remember the copyright laws. So you must be careful of the copyright laws. Thank you, Anne, for reminding us of that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, now I'm going to return to Grace's profile. Now for the main course, which is the biography section. And you'll see the biography section is in this box here. This is where you tell the person's story, add sources, as well as research notes, if there's anything you want to clarify or explain, and timelines. So this is where WikiTree might feel a little different from other platforms. Mm-hmm. So you'll see a row of formatting buttons. And at first glance, you may think, oh, yeah, of course, bold, italic, and hyperlink, and so on. However, what we use on WikiTree is something called wiki markup. So let's put that into action. I'm going to add a sentence here just in the middle, nothing permanent. So I'll put in, John was a bold man. Now, if I then highlight that, say I want to do that, and I click the bold, you may wonder what just happened, because instead of making it look bold to you in edit mode, it is just added 3 single apostrophe marks, quotation marks. Or I should say, no, it's 3 single apostrophes. Now, yeah, one of the very helpful things when you're in edit mode is this preview button. So if I click on that, it's going to show me what the wiki markup is going to translate into. And you can see, there's my sentence. It's bold, no problem. So this might seem, wiki markup might seem old-fashioned, but there's a reason that we use it. It keeps our content simple, collaborative, and future-proof. We format like it's 1999 so that it will. It's like, and 1999 was a great year.
Yes, it was.
And that way, our biographies will still be readable in 2099. And the best way to learn how wiki markup works is to use that preview button. Now I'm going to go out of preview. Let's tackle 3 things that look complicated but are actually very useful. I'm just going to get rid of that sentence there. You'll see I have at the top, and you will have this in all of your profiles as well, a biography heading. Now underneath it, I have something with 2 curly Q brackets, and it says Kentucky sticker. And what that will do, again, we go into preview mode, and it shows. Now, the one thing preview mode will not do is fill in the name, but when the profile is out of edit mode, it will say Grace Hill was a Kentuckian. And there are stickers for locations of significance to the person, occupations, descendancy,
religion, the whole,
yes,
all of it. Yeah.
Yes, to many stickers. Now, so stickers go below the biography line, and then we have something called categories that go above. And so what this does is it puts Grace's profile together with every other WikiTree where the individual was buried in Chapel Hill Cemetery in Marion, Kentucky. Cemetery, there again, like stickers, there are many categories, but cemeteries are especially helpful because, as we know, family members were often buried together. So, so that you might come along with come up with a great discovery that way. Now, I'm just going to go to preview mode again. This is what it looks like. And you can see that I'm using something like something that we call inline citations. So we end up with these little footnote numbers. And then at the end, each fact is specifically linked to a source. That's a slightly more advanced way of doing it. And by the way, I know somebody will ask, how did you get those tables? And that is through our extension that we mentioned yesterday, the Sourcer extension. It's a terrific free add-on to your browser, and it allows you to search and create the citations, create these wonderful census tables. So that's where they came from. If you are just starting out, the simpler way to do a citation is just a bullet point. So I'm going to take something simple, not a census. She had 1 child. So first of all, before I do that, okay, here's the sentence. Their only child was born in December of the same year. And I do have a source for that. You'll notice that what makes this an inline source are these ref tags. We have just ref at the beginning and then a / with the ref at the end. Now, if I take what's inside of those, which is just that, and now let me copy it. Now I'm going to come down. You'll see when I'm in edit mode and I've done inline citations, nothing appears when you're in edit mode. Now, if I go there, if I put an asterisk and I copy that same meat of the citation, now you'll see what that does. So I have some little formatting to clean up here with breaks. Anyway, it would appear as a dotted, a bullet point citation. So don't worry if this feels overwhelming at first. We all learned this with very few exceptions, unless you worked for Wikipedia and you're extremely conversant with wiki markup code. This was new to everybody in the beginning. And yeah, we all got through it.
Yeah, even then. And the key takeaway here, folks, is that you experiment. That's what I did when I first joined WikiTree. I mean, I'm from an information technology background, so I set out to break the darn thing. I was clicking all kinds of buttons just to see what it does and what would result from that. So don't be afraid to just click on something. You can't break it. If anything, you can find where there's a problem that needs to be fixed. But our volunteer programmers and developers have done such an awesome job in making enhancements to this tool. If there's any of you that have not been very active on WikiTree, in July, we made a lot of updates and a lot of changes that improve your ability to add profiles to WikiTree and to create these profiles and enhance the memories of your ancestors or whatever family you may be working on. So again, don't be afraid. Just use that preview button liberally. And remember, it's the community here that helps you. I think I saw in the comments where somebody said, I made a mistake once and somebody fixed it. And then they helped me understand what I did wrong. So, I mean, again, that's why we're a community, and we're an awesome community.
I couldn't agree more, Denise. Let's see. We have a question from Vic. Is there a list of category cemeteries?
Yes.
Yeah. So let me just, and it's huge. Let's see. Let me go back to sharing. Go back to Grace. So first of all, let me just show you. Categories are at the top with in the jump bar, and if we go there, it takes you right there to this is an example of the page for this particular cemetery, and there are 33 WikiTree profiles that are linked to it. Now let's see. If I wanted to go to wikitree.com to categories, find categories. Okay, I'm going to, I have this bookmarked, but I want to walk everybody through this. So here we go. Categories, cemeteries. Now you want to say what continent you are in. And if you very frequently just say work in Canada or United States, you might want to bookmark this page. And then I go to United States cemeteries, and then by state. So there is a way to the templates button. Will that work without the browser extension, Denise?
Which templates button are we talking about?
So I'm talking about if I'm on a profile and I go to I go in edit mode. You could do this.
So you don't have the B. If you had the B, there would be a box that says categories, and you could click on that and identify which cemetery you wanted to add as a category.
Right. Yeah, I have deliberately taken off all my extensions, right, for these sessions, so that it looks like a beginner, a newt would see.
Yeah.
But yes, that is how you find categories. Any other questions? I haven't been watching the chat, so.
And that's what Anne was saying. The category drop-down list works regardless, and that's correct. But give it some time. Sometimes you need to give it like 30 minutes. If you've just created a category, it won't appear in that list. However, if you could please, Betsy, go back to that category. There's
Sure.
another trick that I'd like to share with the audience.
Okay.
And I do categories for African-American cemeteries all the time. So if you would click on the category for the cemetery.
Oh, should I be not in edit mode?
Yeah, no, you don't really need to be in edit mode.
Let me get out. You know, we didn't say this. If I can just go slight tangent, then when you're all done with adding your sources and your bio, then you have to say what you did, and you can just, it's efficient to just do these. Okay. All right, here we go. And you want me to go click on the category, right?
Correct.
Okay.
And let's click on that cemetery category. Now in the upper right
here,
yeah, I'm not seeing it on yours. I wonder if that's because, yeah, that might be because you're not using the B. I'm sorry. There's typically a button up here that will say add profile.
Oh, I see.
Huh. And when you can be on a profile and then just click that, click the link for the profile wiki ID, and then click on that add profile button that's in the category, and you'd be able to add that profile to the cemetery category.
Well, that's nice.
That also creates the category on the profile.
That's really nice. I've not done that.
Just save it, save the profile, and then you have it added to the category. And it's a new enhancement for this year. Again, so that's one of those improvements that's a time saver in connecting the profile with the category.
Right. And what Denise is talking about when she said, oh, just copy the profile ID, this is really helpful. This section up here, it'll allow you to copy the ID or copy the link, which allows you to embed it in the bio. Or if you say you want to share with a cousin, this will copy the ID minus the little top thing. Yeah. And what Azure was saying was that there is, and I glossed over this really fast, but
that's an extension.
No, this is normal. This. So if I click on that,
oh, okay,
then I can search to see if I can find
for categories. Yes.
Thanks, Azure.
Yeah. There's a lot of neat tricks. So again, just play around with it. Click on links to see what they do. Again, you're not going to hurt anything. And that helps you get more comfortable with WikiTree. You'll get more comfortable in using the wiki markups, things of that nature, and getting used to what it's going to look like once you get done. Is there a sourcer for Edge is one of the questions, and the answer is yes.
Yep.
The WikiTree sourcer, even though you go to Chrome Web Store, it's also valid for Edge.
Yeah, it works for Opera, Brave, Edge, Vivaldi, and other Chromium-based browsers.
Yeah. And I'm like Azure. I've been here since 2020, and I still learn something new every day. And that's why I was going to our members Q&As, because folks would ask questions. That's a good question. Hadn't thought about that one. And you learn something new every single day on WikiTree.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, Zippy is okay, Zippy, Stephen T. I'm not sure about DuckDuckGo.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that browser either.
I've heard of
there's Yeah, there's some Safari, but you can go to the help page for the WikiTree browser extension. Go to that help page, and that will give you a list of the applications that it will function in.
And I put that in the chat, sort of upstream at this point. And yeah, Stephen, I thought that was you, and so I'll see if I can find an answer for you on that. Also, just to let you know that Denise and I, along with Hillary Gadsby and Stephen Greenwood and Murray Maloney, we all do 2 member Q&A sessions a month. So the second Thursday evening U.S. time, and the 4th Sunday morning in the U.S. There is the link to our free space page for that.
Yeah.
Please
feel free to come. Yeah, we'd be glad to see you there. Come prepared to ask questions, share your screens if you've got a profile you have a question on. Our team does an excellent job in walking you through ways to improve your profiles or little tips and tricks.
Yep. I just got to, I can't stand to leave someone hanging. So I see that Kurt has a question. Let me just quickly go back into Grace and show. So Kurt's asking about the background image. You know, so this is just a standard. I found this lovely backdrop for her, but let me go to my mom's page, because so what I did was she loved ships and the sea. So I found this picture, let's see, and I added that as her background. Let me go into edit mode. So you can take a picture and put it, there should be, okay. So under photo settings, you can see here's her primary photo, but then here's the background image. So you just need to differentiate between the 2 of them. And then as you can see, usually what it does is it takes that background image and it reproduces it several times across the banner. So, again, just experiment with, have fun playing with it. And if it doesn't work, then the way you want it to, then just delete the code and start over.
Yeah. So next time, we'll cover managing your watch list. So make sure you come tomorrow so we can share with you. Hillary and I will share with you how to manage your watch list. Now that's a pre-recorded video, but I will be available there to answer any questions that come up after we share that video. If you have any questions, as always, reach out to us in G2G or in Discord, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have. And don't forget to come visit us at the member Q&A twice a month.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Denise. Bye.
Bye, everyone.